Elevated shut up. We have a techies.
We do have a techies.
This is another. Yeah.
Zayach or Zayach.
Zayat. I believe it's pronounced Zayat. Like a T.
Well, it's a signature hero for him in pubs for sure.
Yeah. And actually, seeing it picked up here, now that I think about it, when teams would face the Pango, they would actually ban techies first 3 bans a lot of the time for that reason.
All right, Breaky. This one's going to be like 2 hours long because there's a Coddle, a Medusa, and a Techies on the same team, and pretty much no push coming up from Empire thus far.
I'm ready. Juggernaut happening. He is good against techies, I suppose. Didn't they really buff Techie's move speed, though, too? Like, he zooms around fast.
Yeah, it's like 325 now or something. 315 maybe.
Another hero with the Coddle, the Chakra synergy. That feels good. Ursa good against Juggernaut. Okay, very active core. Kind of creates space for Medusa and techies, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it also actually works pretty well because it'll probably be the Ursa Techies lane. Techies kind of pings from far away. Ursa gets up close, bullies the Juggernaut off the creeps. And then once Ursa leaves to go do Roche, Techies just kind of takes the lane and farms, which is what he wants to usually do during the mid game.
Yeah. You know, they're lacking crowd control, though, on Pango side quite a bit. That's not the best. Stasis traps, Will-O-Wisp, okay, but Stone Gaze, yeah, it's very, like, ulti-reliant.
Oh, they're not trying to fight Breaky. They're just trying to hold. They're trying to hold for as long as possible.
Okay.
And then get those counter pushes, you know. They're going to feed away on purpose, and then Team Empire is going to get overzealous, run down the lane, get blown up, and then Pango will mass buyback and end the game.
Yeah, they're going to do the usual, we just want to fight, let's push mid, completely forgetting a techies is in the game. Yep. And they're all going to jump on top of, like, 20 mines. We're calling it now. 2.5 hours later. No, but going back to the lack in the stun, the Ember Spirit definitely comes to mind right here for Team Empire as a possible mid hero. Flame Guard's also really good against a hero like Techies, which again you don't say often, but wouldn't be bad to have. Ban a Weaver. Okay, I mean they had Doom, they had Ban. I don't know if Weaver was necessary to ban, but that they do. The Pango. I guess it depends where Ursa and Medusa end up. I mean, they could do a plethora here of things. They go Slardar.
Slardar gives them Roche, extra Roche potential, gives them an initiation and that lockdown that you were so desperate for from the Pango.
Kinda. It's not as much lockdown as it was before, though. Again, this crushing, so the ring crush, I guess, is only on the 1 second stun now.
Yeah, but the guaranteed bash is actually really good against the Jug. You can pretty much always cancel his spin P.
Yeah. Viper. Viper, again, his corrosive skin is going to be decent this game. We saw a bit of Viper at these recent tournaments, didn't we?
Yes.
So
the mid one build is and Matumba Man was doing it too, is you go Arcane Boots, Atos, into like Yashikaya.
Okay.
And you just you max Nether Toxin, and you basically are like an alchemist. Stacks like ridiculously fast with this hero.
Yeah. All right. This is jumping into our third and final series. And we got game number 1 here with Pango running the techies, a Zayat specialty.
And actually, Viper this week has gone from about 52% win rate to almost 60% win rate, as well as having a 12% increase in pick rate, up to 22% of games.
Oh, in pub games?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
A hero should never be 60%. That's insane.
it's pretty ridiculous.
Thanks, mid one.
And Matoma, man, I think both Liquid and Secret won their events running primarily Viper as one of their heroes.
I'm telling you, Break is an underrated mechanic too.
Oh, it's so good.
That's why I was happy that they put on Nyx Assassin, kind of, give more options there. On top of going back to Viper, it's a consistent Break. I mean, he can spam this ability.
Yeah, it's like 5-second cooldown or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah. And so, like, there's ideas where if he actually puts it on himself and Ursa jumps in, Fury swipes aren't happening.
Yep.
Because of the corrosive haze. So again, the Break mechanic is even a lot better than people give it credit for.
Split shot not happening on Medusa. Bash not happening on Slardar. Yeah, I mean, the Break is really good in and of itself, but also Viper is just super good against Ursa. Usually end up going for like an Ags at 0.2 with a DPS talent from Viper Strike, and if you have a Kaya on top of that, it's actually pretty scary how much magic damage this guy does.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, you mentioned the earlier build of Rod of Atos there and stuff, but what about like an Ags? Like, do they eventually go into more magic focused?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that has been the common theme. Sometimes with the Ashikaya, like I said, and then it is pretty much just like a magic focused. You go the spell lifesteal, usually the corrosive skin stats. So you're not really focusing on doing right click damage.
All right. Here we go. Game one of this best of three. 1xbet.com. You can head over, put your wagers in. I haven't seen the odds pop up yet. I'm sure we'll see it throughout this game, but I safely assume it favors the Pango going into the series at least. And looking at the draft, I mean, Empire, the Viper last pick is good. I think Juggernaut actually feels decent this game too. If we didn't really know the teams going into this, just simply looking at the lineups, I kind of like Empire's a little bit better, but
it's definitely more of like a standard, easy to pull off draft. That is for sure.
Yeah.
On paper, so it'll be interesting to see how the Pango brings their pieces together, because I think that they definitely have the tools to take this game at the tempo and to the place that they want to go with it, which is just like dragging it to the late game where Medusa's the queen. But at the same time, Empire certainly has sort of a more logical progression to their games. Like, okay, we do well in lanes, then we have a pretty good mid game, and then we get rushed and we end the game.
Connell just went level 1 blinding light there to get the bounty rune. Well, he got it. Made it 3 for 1. Favoring Pango.
Could also potentially push the Doom or the Tiny into the Ursa as they're trying to run away.
All right. There's some value there. Techies, what you doing? He went, yeah, he did go with the blast off first. Yeah, I'll say this about Techies. Again, it is vastly different watching a Techies in a competitive match with a player that knows what he's doing on this hero compared to a pub Techies, in whatever pub game. That just goes around laying down mines everywhere, kind of just mindlessly, for lack of a better word. As Ghostic, though, he's dead. Okay. Ghostic went too far up right there. That's a start.
Yeah, another thing that's interesting about the Techies is that there has been this meta of 4 positions in particular suiciding around like the 3 or 4 minute mark once their offlaner has gotten some decent farm to pick up a bracer or wraith bands or something like that. And Techies has a built-in suicide, so he's able to just get a free trip back to base and bring items to his core in the lane, which is underrated, I would say.
And deal some damage in the process. I know it's suicide, aka blast off. It's a really, really good skill. it's the highest damage level 1 skill in the game, I think is safe to say, amongst many other things. So. And that kind of goes back to my point, too, exactly, of seeing a comfortable Techies player. Yeah, they get this level 1 blast off, set up some kills with it. Now, it hasn't worked out this time around, but the idea is potentially there. Slayer, by the way, he's fine. Just a toss on Tiny currently. As he's level 1. And Ursa's having free farm at that bottom lane. Oh, there you go. There's that deny we're talking about. Get some damage out. And we'll TP back to the top lane, I'm sure. With some regen, etc. But yeah, Ursa 14-2 down here against a 5-1 Doom. He does have Coddle supporting, of course. But this is going to be free farm for Naive, who, again, is playing the Ursa safe lane.
It's a pretty rough lane for Doom. He's generally the hero that wants to be aggressive, but against an Ursa, not much he can do.
Mid matchup. Oh, top lane. Ghostic. Ghostic. Whoever it is.
That's 2 deaths.
I guess that's where Techies is a little awkward. Again, Juggernaut's good against Techies, the spin specifically. When he's doing that, it's Techies kind of just sits there like, what do you want me to do? And that is twice now.
Super low.
Yeah, that was close. But living life on the edge, pops a salve, he's good to go. So these mid players especially, they're very comfortable with that idea, understanding their limits. Oh, there's some good damage on a Juggernaut. But if he tried to go for the blast off, he has a spin ready.
Yep.
Just lay down some
Pretty
mines.
easy skill to read.
Oh, Black Angel did not see that mine there in time.
Just hiding it in that little tree clump.
This is also one of those heroes where you need to make sure, I mean, obviously they all are, but you have to play with sound.
Yeah.
You know. So
it's funny you say that, because the video that we just made today is specifically that, why you have to play Dota with sound.
Yeah, well, it's more like you just really have to focus with that, because, you know, we'll put, you know, Netflix on the other screen, have a Twitch stream out, whatever, playing some games sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, Techies is one of those you really have to pick up on sound cues.
Apex Legends on the other screen.
Exactly. Who would do that? Virtus Pro, I'm looking at you.
Apex Pro, you mean?
Maybe. Something tells me being good at an RTS, or not an RTS, RTS MOBA game in general doesn't translate to FPS too well. Kuman? He's dead. Coddle, ooh, Blinding Light almost saved him. Dream is going to die, though, to Techies. Looks like Blast Off used initially.
Yep.
And that 38 damage auto attack gets the kill.
Techies is actually built to be annoying. Like, they purposely gave him an auto attack like that just to be annoying.
And then he has the meme talent, level 25.
It's not even the meme. That's like the standard talent. You play this hero to specifically get to that, and then you transition into a right-click build.
Well, it's the meme in the sense of the number, but yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's obviously very legitimate with the damage.
Like the Tidehunter damage talent became a thing briefly there.
Oh, yeah. Coddle, he's still hanging around this mid lane trying to help that Medusa. But, again, Viper, this hero, you pick him to win lanes, if anything, and that's what he's doing here. Oh, top lane side. That's, again, blast off is not good against Juggernaut. How many times are you going to say it? Dream survives, gets the turn kill. Ghost Stick. He'll just put some right clicks in, but that's all he can do at that point. Techies impact, not really feeling it just yet. But there's plenty of game left, all right? Calm down.
He's definitely making this Bane have to play way less aggressive than he would otherwise. That's one of the main things.
I saw a TP. I think that was Techies TPing mid almost. Somebody was TPing mid, but Techies at the top lane goes in for the blast off and then falls back and pops a south. Coddle's taking over middle.
Another thing is that Techies, he is able to pick off these, how long his attack range is.
Naive? Okay. He wasn't even going for any kind of bounty rune either. He was just simply running over there and trying to get away, I suppose, from the Tiny Doom. And with Coddle spending so much time elsewhere, yeah, we were just talking about he's taking over the mid lane. Medusa's already jungling at this point. not
Yeah,
where she wants
Kuman-
to be.
No, Kuman did not have a good laning stage at all. This Viper, 31 denies in 7 minutes. Dear Lord.
Yeah, not
He's
good.
getting like 1.5 times the farm.
Yeah, this Viper. Think he's going the Rod of Atos. We'll check in here in a second, but that has been that build that we're stressing going into this with the pick. There's no reason why it wouldn't be good here.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I mean, Medusa kind of just wants to stand there anyway. But, you know, it's pretty good against Ursa. It's pretty good against Caudal, Viper, or Slardar as well. But he may go for something more traditional. I'm not totally sure.
It is a little more than just the kite factor, though, too. The holding in place on top of your corrosive phase, just the stats that it provides is pretty nice for him.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think I would like to see it still, but yeah, it's not it's not like an Ember Spirit on the other side or a Storm that's like slippery, whatever. Top lane, Gnostic, he's dead. Yeah, you can see they're like, yeah, please run over here. Obviously, when you're at this level of play, though, they understand how to play against a tech. Oh, maybe not. They both jump into a mine. They try to kill it. That'll happen. Juggernaut, he's fine. Running away. Zayat.
It's just the psychological warfare.
It is. Oh, yeah, no, it's one of those playing against. Nice bash proc there, by the way. The blast off. It's not going to be enough damage, though. Mine's not going to hit. He'll be good. Nope. Okay. Whew. Dangerous. Ursa getting essentially that free farm, though, bottom lane, despite that death. I guess that slowed him down a little bit, and he might be in trouble again. Doom is ready. They have Tiny nearby. Even with a Doom and Tiny combo, though. Oh, they're going to go.
You can see Enrage off.
Yeah. He was using the animation of Doom right there.
Oh, so he didn't actually use it. But
No.
now Enrage is on cooldown, so they could think about going again. Maybe.
Well, I think they see more heroes coming. Well, they're feeling it out, so they're deciding better of it. Interesting build for Juggernaut here. Dream's going to go the drums early on as Caudal. He's caught. Combo from Tiny's ready. Avalanche into a toss, and Brain Sap equals a kill on Slayer.
Yeah, the extra stats early on against Techie is pretty good for Jug, needing some sort of HP boost. Movement speed also will help him run people down or run away from Ursa and Slardar.
Tiny's got that invis. He's going to go on a hunt. Wrapping around mid. Viper is just free farming that because, again, no one's there. Caudal's now kind of there as I say that. He might get tossed in. Yeah, no, just not close enough. Oh. Too fast on that pony. Viper Strike was ready.
It does go to show how quickly Medusa can farm, though, as she's definitely starting to catch up to the Viper in terms of last hits, if not net worth.
Very true. They're wrapping around, going on a Slayer. This time, probably going to have a bit. Oh, that was awkward. Blinding Light. There's the Rod of Atos, though.
Yep.
God. Early Rod.
Super early on. Gives him a nice boost in both the mana pool and the HP.
And there's the tower kill. So tier 1 going down to the mid lane in favor of Empire. Tiny going to get a second bracer even online. But yeah, this Viper, start expecting him to move around now. And it's going to be hard for Pango to slow that down. But you're right about Medusa. Quietly just farming away in the jungle. She's catching up to the other cores. At least somewhat right now. You constantly hearing the mines potentially exploding. Getting an idea of where they're
careful. Walking into the trees.
Yeah. What does Techies have? He's got a soul ring. And he is level 6 now, so those remote mines are ready. Looks like he might have a clump in the jungle over here. Yeah, unfortunately not having the observer access, can't really go over the mine spots. But
yeah, he's basically just been putting traps. You know, the proximity with the stasis trap on, and all the jungle entrances and near the secret shop to sort of protect the Ursa a little bit.
Slayer even popped a shrine for that, and it just did not matter. There's the arcane boots picked up by Viper now as well, and Slardar has already TP'd away. They're scanning for him, but Slardar got the hell on out of there. He was not sticking around. Diffusal blade purchase on Juggernaut, at least it's going to be coming, so still a ways before, but you are dealing with the Medusa. So good value there. Yeah, that's going to be another tier 1. This does seem like a team on the side of Empire. The more they do this kind of just grouping up and pushing, what is Pango going to do to stop it, at least until it gets to the base?
You know, they're just going to do Techie's Coddle Medusa things and take the game late.
That's what I'm saying.
This is to be expected.
Until it gets to the base, that's a different story. But on the outer towers, at least, Empire's cleaning them up, and they get another kill on Coddle. Doom is up on Zayat. He wants to kill him. Another auto attack. Can he deny him at least? Well, they're going to go for the kill on Maiden. So Zayat will tick down to the Doom. No, he couldn't deny in time. He's very close there. Oh, Naive goes down to the top lane. Is that an Omni Slash? It looks like it. Okay. Rod of Atos must have caught him.
Yeah, this Ursa basically has no game right now. Like, Doom is good against him, Viper's good against him. The Juggernaut doesn't really care because he's had a really good game. Fiend's grip super good.
I wouldn't even say good. Viper's just a hard counter to this hero, especially right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if he gets anywhere nearby, there's no chance.
Yeah. Ursa's kind of just like a placeholder. He'll eventually get a basher, but he is, despite being the highest net worth on their team, he has essentially no impact.
Oh. They're going to go, look at this. They find another chance, Kodos. Here comes Gostic. However, unable to do enough to get the kill. They get some distraction, some more TPs, though, in the meantime. Bottom lane just being farmed out by Tiny. He's dealing with some mines down there. Let's be a little careful again, but he's fine for now. Ursa pushing out mid. Oh, he slept up. However, Bane probably wants to get out of here quickly. There's a lot of support coming. So Medusa, again, goes back. She's actually near tied farm with Viper just about. That's crazy. It shows the difference in the farming capabilities.
Yep.
I wonder if she gets the Kaya and Yasha. As Zayat finds a kill on Maiden.
The board, or the mind traps. And he gives them the all chat. The chat wheel. Love
of course you do. Yeah, you tip, you all chat. You really rub it in.
And now he's just going to hide here behind the tower. They all know he's...
But they're not going to dive him, right? Okay, well.
Yeah.
There's Juggernaut. Stasis trap hit. Okay, they're doing Roshan in the meantime. But
fine time.
Yeah, Zayat's just delaying as much as he can. Again, they know he's down here. Your mine's going off. Zayat might end up dying in the end, but he's thinking about using blast off.
Mana for the blast off.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
He needs 3 mana. Yeah, can't use it. All right, well, they get Roshan. They do lose the tier 1 bottom, though. Yeah, but you have an Aegis on Ursa, which is like... Oh, look at this.
Here's a replay.
Yeah, there's 1 mine, there's 2 mines, there's 3. The triangle of death. That's
brutal.
The proximity is pretty crazy. I didn't think it'd be that far. Like, those mines are pretty far away.
Yeah, they explode with a very big radius.
Bottom, they're going in. Dream. He's going to be jumped by Naive, but as soon as Popsy in range as the Rod of Atos happens, though, there's a sleep. Rage wearing off now. Again, he has the Aegis, so he can feel a little more comfortable. Chakra throwing up, too. And the Pango will be able to hold their bottom tier 2, at least for now. All right, so as long as he saves his enrage for after the fact, then he might be able to do something.
They can at least get out of the Rod of Atos.
No, Manta style finished by Medusa. All right.
Kuman's farming pretty well. He's nearly the most farmed hero in the game at this point. Just been hard farming after getting destroyed in lane by Viper.
We got a remote mine stack here in the mid lane. See if that comes into play eventually. Hey, you can see on the mini map a couple of glimpses of where he has some mines throughout again, kind of spreading it. And this goes back to just when you have a very comfortable, more experienced techies player, they're not going to close it in the same spots over and over again. They're going to constantly change it up. But at the same time, they know where these kind of hidden spots are, you know, along these paths in the tree. So even if you hear it, it can be tough to destroy sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah, you'll notice if you are trying to learn to play techies, you'll notice that Zayaj is never putting them just directly in lane, pretty much. Like at least the proximities, they're always hidden in trees, in kind of juke paths, and usually hidden with a stasis trap as well, which pretty much ensures that they blow up.
So, the name of the game continues to be Pango. Let's just keep making space for Medusa. Time more so.
Yeah.
That's
Up
what's
to about
happening.
200 last hits. Next highest is like around 130.
Holy crap. A lot of pings bottom lane. There's a lot of movement down here. Drum's going to be activated. Rod of Atos hits on the Slaughter. Going to get the pushback with a blinding light, so the missed chance is somewhat helping, but it's not going to be enough. Spin from Juggernaut secures it up here. Black Angel, well, that's death for him. It's a 1-for-1 trade now. There's a lot of mines, remember, so you got to be careful just running into this. Gets tossed up, gets combo, but he pops a shrine. He's good to go for now. He's going to hide behind this tree.
They're kind of past the mines though at this point.
True. Although, turn Ursa's going on. The blinding light, or the Will-O-Wisp comes down, pulls back in Viper with another tick as well. The Stone Gaze on top of that. Viper just trying to run that out this whole time. They did kill the Will-O-Wisp. Doom is applied to Medusa, by the way. So yeah, Viper survives. He turns on to the Ursa with the Aegis pop, but now Kuman, he's lost his mana, losing his life. The Doom still ticking him down. It's going to wear off shortly. Gets another Inferno Blade, though. The Avalanche hits, and Medusa is killed. So Empire looking good in this fight now. If they weren't before. Toss in into a crush. But Ghostic, he is going to get cut down by the Omni Slash. No, okay, the tree actually ends up connecting. And Ursa tanks the rest of the Omni Slash himself. So, yeah, they got past the mines, as you're saying. Had a little bit of freedom there. And despite the Will-O-Wisp Stone Gaze, it didn't matter. They killed the Will-O-Wisp not very quickly, but they got it down sooner than later.
It's a little bit like the playing against a sniper. Like if you can get within the range, kind of like out of the threat range where you're close enough to where they have to be scared of you, then Techies doesn't contribute a whole lot to the team fight. He basically just used a blast off, denied himself, silenced a couple people, and that was about the entire contribution of the fight.
Yeah.
Oh, Juggernaut.
Dream's dead. Or was that? I don't even know. That was the mid. That was the mid trap, yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about earlier the possibility. Slaughter.
But can they do anything? I don't know if they really want to fight this right now.
The entire team doing their best to run.
They don't really take fights the best at the moment.
Yeah, they'll catch up to Bane. At least take him out. Techie, so okay, he is going to rush towards an Ags. Wants to really get that online ASAP.
Yeah, you really want the extra damage and range from remote mines.
That and the sign.
Yep, that
no
too.
detection. Oh, he's going in. He does some good damage right there, but it's a Viper. I don't think you're ever killing him in that case.
Nope. Maybe just kind of accepting that he is fairly surrounded. Can't really get out of the jungle there. He's out of mana anyway, so might as well just take the death and respawn.
suppose. BKB on Ursa. Now that helps a lot. So that with the Enrage. His movement going to get a bit better. Dragon Lance on Medusa. Looks like she was going to just go for the full Hurricane Pike. What else is there to say just about Pango? Delay, delay, delay. I guess Naive has a blink BKB now and can be a bit more aggressive potentially. And speaking of that, a fight breaking out up here. Zayat gets picked off. ToW hits by a mine. The Will-O-Wisp put down as well with the Stone Gaze, but not nearly catching like it did before. Although Maiden's in trouble. He kills Slayer. He's going to die too this time, but Gostic, he gets cut down by the Omni Slash, and now they do catch up to Medusa. Kuman in trouble, already using the Stone Gaze. The mana is gone with the Diffusal Blade, and she is dead. And they catch Naive with the Rod of Aegis. You mentioned the Doom taking him down still, but it's not nearly enough damage, so he'll be fine actually. But again, the fight favoring Empire. They're just the better brawling team right now.
Yep. And I mean, this is just looking a little bit more sketchy for the Pango. Every time Medusa dies, it's extra bad just because, I mean, you have a Techies who's essentially not even a hero when it comes to team fights. And you're investing so many resources on buying time for this Medusa that every time she dies, it's just longer and longer that you have to hold out before you lose the game.
Yeah.
And full Greaves is picked up on the Viper. Gonna go for a BKB next. Just being that tanky, annoying, damage-soaking, damage-spitting hero. It's 5-0 and 9.
Yeah, he has not died. Look at Tiny, by the way. 6-0 and 10.
Yeah. Sayu is destroying right now.
Jeez. Support Tiny doing work. One of the more popular support heroes right now in that position 4 spot. So you definitely showing why. As mid lane push. Viper leading the way.
He's just so good at brawling, you know? All his abilities are so low cooldown.
Yeah. Zayat's caught. Okay, well, it killed Tiny, though.
Yep. 783 gold goes away of the Techies.
Yeah, favorable trade, but they are going to lose a tier 2, and top lane, I don't think they're going to be able to push that in time. Oh, maybe they are, because they're actually not defending.
Medusa needs to be very careful here.
Oh, yeah, they're hunting her. They scanned this, though. Medusa, no, she needs a TP. If she has it, I assume so. She does not. Nope. 10 more seconds.
Oh, no.
Could use the illusions.
He's blocking with the illusion.
Yeah, this is smart, but is it enough? The Fiend's Grip, the long Fiend's Grip. He put the Enfeeble up. Kuman does not stand a chance, and the Doom comes out. There was no way he is getting out. So the tier 2 top falls, but they lose their Medusa again. Yeah, great pursuit, and good job by Bane. Able to find her. Meanwhile, they're going to capitalize by picking up all the bounty runes, at least, for the Pango. So there's one positive, at least. Look at this Coddle. He has Trank Boots. That's basically it.
Yeah, Slayer, infamous for his position 12 support play.
Reaching. They're going to go for Roshan. This is a nice takeaway. You have an Ursa on the other side. It always feels good if you can get that Roshan.
No mine setup in the pit either. Somewhere where you often do see techies placing their mines.
Oh, Ursa jumps in. He wants to fight this. He wants to take, but it went maybe a little bit too early, although the Will-O-Wisp used Blinding Light pushback. Slaughter buys back for this as well.
Play around these mines.
To fight. Yeah, the mine's naive. He's going to cut down with the Omni Slash. He's able to walk out with the Enrage. They're trying to kite them up there, but they're not falling for it. Empire's too smart. As of right now, Roshan getting low, but not low enough again. Ghosted gets tossed in. He eventually gets out. The Kuman's in trouble, though. Kuman's no mana left. Okay, got a little bit there with a chakra. The spin unable to take him out as a result. So Kuman getting alive for now, or staying alive even Maiden in pursuit, but again, still unable to finish the job. Slaughter staying dead for a minute. They're going to go back into the Roshan for a third time, and they will complete the Aegis up on Juggernaut. And now he's running into the mines. Okay, but he's going to spin on top. So Sayu might die because of this. He gets all the blast up. No, the sleep. I don't know if that saved him or not, but either way, okay. Never. Oh, what are you doing, Naive? You jumped in. Oh boy, this was not the play.
That tiny kill.
This was not the play, Ursa. And there's the tip. Yeah, you definitely tip him there. Okay, well, Aegis up on Juggernaut. Even with this whole Blinding Light Stone Gaze combo, you think would be pretty good. They're just not able to. I don't know what it is. Their damage seems like it should be decent, but I guess maybe not yet. Medusa still needs more farm before she's relevant when on the damage side.
Yeah, this Medusa's fallen off again. She was really accelerating, but has been fighting a lot recently, and they're just not ready to take fights yet. Like you said earlier, Empire is just way better at brawling right now.
So they do take out a tier 3. It's not an easy lineup to do it against. Any tier 3s you can get, you'll absolutely take. If you're Empire. So they do just that. The Aegis still has plenty of time on Juggernaut. Could definitely reset. Maybe try to farm that next tier item and then go back in.
Yeah, that's always the thing against techies. Like, you really want to capitalize when you have the opportunity, because you never know how many mines are going to be there waiting for you by the time you come back. So you want to take advantage of this Aegis before he has too much time up.
Speaking of that, are you surprised Zayat's not putting mines in that mid spot yet? With the racks exposed now?
I mean, not really, just because they saw Empire backing off. I don't know why he's particularly favoring this side lane spot. I guess thinking that because there is a tier 2 tower left in the top, that's probably where the next fight will happen.
Jeez. We mentioned corrosive skin's pretty good, but more so on the magic side, not necessarily the physical side.
Yeah, just too far out. That's actually a pretty big kill. Not only the streak, but also just the fact that Viper is kind of like their initiator. Aside from Tiny, he's the front line. He runs in and Atos is. This is just going to buy them about 50 seconds of time where Empire does not want to fight anymore.
There's another kill as Bane gets picked off. Not as serious, but still a good one. Ursa. I mean, Ursa, when it comes to his farm, his impact may be a little bit questionable sometimes, but he continues to farm like crazy. And an Abyssal Blade with a Blink Dagger, I don't care what hero you are, that's gonna be a great combo.
Yes.
Juggernaut especially, that superior stun.
Yeah, Ursa. The fact that Ursa is out farming Juggernaut is pretty ridiculous. It just goes back to Ursa went Midas, Jug went no farming item really. So
yeah,
the difference right there.
He went for the Medusa counter with the early defusal and the Manta on top of that, which is understandable and it's definitely paid off for sure. But scaling isn't as great as he hoped for. Ags, Techies. 1,200 gold needed before that's finished. So he is almost there. And kind of puts him on another level from what he is now, of course. Juggernaut not going to push forward smartly. He's going to send some illusions in, try to bait these out. There you go. That's another use that he can make of the Manta. And I'm sure he has been doing is popping it, sending in the illusions, catching the traps.
Yeah, that's something you almost have to do. That's why a hero like Naga Siren just completely destroys techies. Terrorblade also quite good against techies just because you never really eat the traps.
That's true. They're grouping up bottom lane as if they want to push down there on the side of Empire.
Yeah, you see techies immediately head down there to start setting up defense.
And Juggernaut's going to go elsewhere. He's going to go top lane, so no push happening. The Aegis, it'll be taken away any second. Hey, I was right.
And that's going to be quite a bit of farm going the way of techies, so he's getting closer and closer to that Ags.
You will have a Butterfly on Juggernaut soon, though. But it does seem like, as impressive as Empire has played this, the window's closing, I guess is one easy way to put it.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Because you have a Viper, right, who's not going to be crazy scaling this game.
Yeah, it's not even a right-click Viper. It's just like a utility Viper.
Juggernaut, sure. But you already now have an Ursa with an Abyssal Blade. Stone Gaze is good against Juggernaut. Like, this is definitely not a free, I'm going to take over the game Juggernaut game either.
On the good side of things, they do have this Tiny who's kind of transitioning, being another core with such a good start to his game. 7-1 and 13 still, despite that one death.
Ursa going MKB himself. Immediate response.
Want to be able to hit the Jug. That's why they drafted the Ursa, was to counter the Juggernaut. So makes sense that you would itemize to do so.
That's true though. Your point about the Tiny, and I suppose it's something that they have a little bit, but yeah, only 8,000 net worth. I don't know if I would expect much out of him. Techies keep looking back, and what, 200 gold now away from the Ags. So almost there. As bottom tier 1 goes down, favoring the Radiant. Easy tier 2 tower kill top lane though from Empire. And they're going to make their way back for now. With that butterfly finished on Juggernaut, he actually pushes the bottom lane. Medusa's already TP out. Now they're setting up as if they want to go. With these 3, they would like an early burst, but now they see Tiny. Maybe that changes their mind.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy.
Okay, yeah, with Tiny coming in, there's no way.
And sure, Sayu's only level, or he's only 8,000 net worth, but he's level 18. Which means that he's got level 3 and grow, and he's got his full kit online as far as burst damage.
Blink just picked up by Juggernaut. Okay. So even more mobility now.
Radiant are scanning.
Get on top of Medusa that much easier. Try to even kill Coddle quickly. There we go. The Ag's finished.
Techies is officially not online still.
I was going to say, I don't know what that really means, but he has an
more damage. More damage. And he's actually able to lob in 700 damage nukes. Or 750 damage nukes from pretty far away. So it's pretty good for team fighting, to be honest. True. And, 10-second cooldown, 700 damage nuke.
AoE.
Yeah, pretty damn good.
When you word it that way, that actually sounds pretty good. Yeah. He is going to mine out Broshan a little bit. I wonder if he's going to put the sign down in this area. A case
That'd
of
be pretty funny.
Undetectable then, but no, he's not doing it at least yet.
What's the range of the sign?
I think it is pretty small.
180. Yeah, super small. I was wondering if you could put it like under rocks on the side there so you could just never see it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty broken.
Don't want to do that with techies. Oh, look at this. They're charging in. Dream's going in. Maiden's going to... Oh, he gets hit by a couple of mines. He's dropping a little bit. Blast off maybe. Another remote mine. Maiden's getting low. Spin out from the Juggernaut. Willow has pulled it back in. Maiden is going to be picked off. He buys back, though. He still has to. But, oh, my God. Viper just got shredded by Ursa. And he is not buying back. And they still want to fight this, though. Toss it. Kuman. They throw in Kuman. The Fiend's Grip. Pots him style, though. He's going to be fine for the now, but the Omni Sash with the defusal plate. He's dropping very quickly. Here comes Doom once again as well. Kuman barely alive. Gets some teammate support. Slot on Crush included. It's not enough damage. Gets tossed back in again. The Stasis Trap, though. They lock down Juggernaut. He goes down. Doom. He's going to fall. He could not doom anybody, even with the buyback.
Gosh. He was mid-animation. Kuman Manta-styled to stop the animation of the Doom. That would have definitely completely changed the outcome of that fight.
And Techie stasis traps definitely helping throughout. And you talked about the remote mine damage. We saw it several times there, yeah. And how it helped turn the tides of the fight. So maybe this is that turning point for the Pango to now start taking over. They're going to have an Aegis here, probably in the hands of Ursa, unless they save it for Medusa to come back. So, nope.
And that's just one of the things about playing techies. Like, you have to be disciplined. You have to just permanently be disciplined for the entire game. You can't just get, caught up in a fight and chase too far. You can't get caught up in just like blinking in aggressively. You have to actually consider every single time, is there going to be a mine here?
Well, there were plenty of mines there. Doom, he felt it, and even with the buyback, it's like, okay, buyback, TP in and get the Doom off at least. But as you pointed out, the Manta dodge initially, and he just never really could get his footing. And even with a double toss on Medusa, bringing her back in multiple times, still could not kill her. So well played by the Pango as a team. Ursa, I'm sure he was doing his decent damage throughout as well. You saw him shred Viper, and yeah, look at that change.
That is a Techies game in a nutshell right there, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Techies Medusa.
Yep.
Just when you think things are looking good. Nope. Not so much.
And it just gets so much worse, too, because now you have to be very worried about even side of the map because the Pangos had time where they have had some map control. So you just never really know where the Techies has been.
Good point. Oh, that was a third Roshan, too. Wow. I didn't realize that. That was a refresher shard now on Ursa currently. Ooh, 25 Medusa as well. 1,000 mana as a result of that. That's not much more tank. Maiden, he's going to get caught.
Yeah, I asked some people what they thought about the Medusa change, losing that 700 mana talent at level 20. And the consensus was pretty mediocre hero until you hit level 25, and then insanely good.
Pretty mediocre sounds, I don't know, to me. It's definitely worse. Still, even at level 20, though. But I get your point, yeah. 1,000 mana at 25, you just talk about the amp that it does. The tier 3 tower, by the way, goes down. The toss, he kind of missed his toss there. Wrong target. But they are going to lose their tier 3 tower, though. Pango doing a fake fallback. Not going to get anyone to come out, though. Empire sitting
just controlling Empire's jungle this whole time, and this whole time Empire has not been controlling the Pango's jungle. Normally that's something that we will see teams do, is they sort of like switch orientations on the map. But this entire Radiant jungle has been unfarmed for the last like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, we've had a couple of swingy games today. This is kind of continuing that tradition.
Yeah, I think it may be part of the nature of just kind of a fight-oriented meta. And comeback mechanics have always been pretty strong in Dota.
Yeah. MKB on both Medusa and Ursa. Oh, Techie's found.
Slash.
There's that Blink Dagger. Interesting. Juggernaut had a BKB queued up. I was wondering about that earlier, but he actually changes it to a Basher there. Buys out the Basher. So wants the Abyssal Blade eventually as well.
Yeah, that'll help him actually fight the Ursa to some extent and Medusa in place, make his slash a little bit deadly.
God, seeing this net worth, though. The 13K now for the Pango.
Dire's top shrine.
Yeah, it's insane. It was not so long ago.
How about that
They were
Viper?
behind. Yeah.
Talk about falling off, man. That has happened. Ursa, talk about coming online. Ursa, man, it's completely changed for him. Went from being hard countered to all of a sudden, you know what? He's quite the threat. And he's just going to drop Bane in the back lines as soon as that sleep wears off. Sayu went in, but he's been heavily kited thanks to that. I have Scotty. He falls the pull back in with the blinding light and the will-o-wisp. That was a great combo there from Slayer. And that's another dead. It's just full control mode now for the Pango. It's their game to lose. So they get a buyback on Tiny. And you see Medusa just simply going uphill. She's not scared. She's got cheese. She's got that level 25 talent, so 2,700 plus mana.
Double damage on the Ursa. As well as a refresher shard now in his actual inventory. Midas to the backpack. Off of cooldown. For shame.
How dare you. Better use it over here. Swap it in. Tilted. There you go. He did.
There it is.
Efficiency, man. Good job. Deso picked up by Ursa. Hoping to try to finish this game, pushing the towers.
Yeah, Empire hasn't left their base.
They can't. You made that good point earlier, too, about techies. The more map control you get, it's like they can hold it that much better. Zayat's just doing his thing. It's a pretty naked inventory, but he is having huge impact, considering. $4,300 gold saved up, too. Gonna buy something here in the near future.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll go like the Octarine core route. Force staff, another one. See on a regular basis on techies. Yules also.
I think at this point, Octarine core makes a lot of sense. You're playing aggressive. Just get that cooldown reduction.
Dire are scanning.
Well, the Dire scans their jungle, and guess what? It goes off.
Dire's top shrine
It's like, not
is
now
under
what?
attack.
I know they're there.
Dire's top
Will do their
shrine
best to
has
farm
fallen.
whatever small portion of the map techies is allowing them to have.
Okay. There goes Tiny.
That was not part of the map that they were allowed to be in.
Nope. They just scanned it, too. Well, he's dead for 85 seconds. No buyback.
Radiant are scanning.
Techies continues to just lay mines all around this path to the Roche pit.
And then, yeah, he actually just delivers the Octarine core there.
Yep.
That cooldown reduction.
So now it's what, a 7.5 second, 700 damage AoE nuke?
Sounds pretty good. Ursa backs off. Yeah, the Pango, though, absolute control. It's been the case now for the last 10 minutes or so. Butterfly just delivered to Medusa as they're pushing here. What do you do if you're Empire, other than just kind of stare and watch your base melt? Caustic, he goes in, he jumps on a Viper, Sleep comes out with the response. Abyssal Blade jumping from Juggernaut. The Omni Slash, it is doing some good damage right here. Doom is up on Kuman as well, I believe. So he's having to deal with that, but he just simply right-clicks. Slaughter lives, by the way, despite that Omni Slash. They turn the attention to Kuman, though. Is in a bad spot. Does she have cheese still? I think so. No, couldn't get it off.
Yeah, Ursa died too, and Coddle dying at the very beginning. The big difference there. Slayer really out of position. Immediately died to the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
He got like first hit bash and 2-shot.
Feeling like maybe the game was already over, when obviously not the case. Still a very good lead, but unable to get the Will-O-Wisp off. So now Dara pushes out, but you have all these just to their left, man. Do not go left, Empire.
It's so scary.
They're so close. They do have a gem on Juggernaut.
Oh, and Roche is up.
Okay, I'm thinking maybe steal Roshan here. Do you buy back? Hey, if they know this is going on. There you go, there's Ursa.
Pick off with the techies first, and then Maybe so.
Okay, Roshan, it's not the quickest. There's the buyback on Medusa, so now they're committing to it. Blinding Light push back in the backline's Black Angel. He's dealing with Zayat. They're going to finally kill Techies, it looks like, but he distracted plenty. Will-O-Wisp is put down as well. They also have a Stone Gaze when need be. Medusa shows up, she pops a Stone Gaze. Juggernaut's just dead. Kodos also caught now with that Gaze. Pops the cheese, but he ain't getting away in the long run. He falls, he's out for 90. Roshan still has a good chunk of life even, as Maiden's just running around in circles, hoping for the best. There's a mine trap there. Never mind. He ends up falling. Off to the right, it explodes, and Dream actually died. That was a dieback. He died to the mine trap on the way over.
God.
The gotcha.
I think they're just going to call it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's over now. You get an ultra kill. GGs are called. It's official. So the techie, you're banning techies. 100% you're banning techies first three here.
Yeah, even just to save yourself from having to go through that again.
Yeah. Yeah, it played well. I mean, they did good early on, and it seemed like things were shaping up. But I can't get over how Viper just fell off, though, as a hero completely.
Yeah, I mean, he looked super good early, but then they didn't really capitalize on the fact that he is ridiculously powerful for about, 10 to 20 minutes, and then beyond that, he's just kind of a break effect that like lasts for 4 seconds.
Yeah. I'm looking at this chart again. We've had several of these today. Here's that ultimate dip. It was down as 90+% win chance for the Pango. And then the tides turned. Finally, the Pango was able to win a fight. Zayat holding at Roshan there.
One of the big things is Techies killed Jug 4 times. Jug only had one other death besides those 4 to the Techies, and that is pretty brutal if your carry is being singled out like that.
Oh, yeah. 4 kills. Look at that. Well, that's going to do it for Game 1. The Pango. Favorite team going into this. I mean, Empire, again, playing well. And it looked good early on, but the long run did not matter. The Pango pulls through. So Game 1 going to them. We have Game 2 going to be coming up just around the corner now for the Tug of War Radiant Edition. Brought to you by WePlay. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Elevated. Stay tuned, guys. We got Game number 2 coming up next.